Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Katie from Mitza Creek Farm. It is the last weekend we are open at the Christmas tree farm. Like I said earlier, we are sold out of trees, but we are keeping the gift shop open because we have a lot of local makers who have stuff in our gift shop. And so it's been slower, but we still have had a steady stream of customers, which is wonderful. So yesterday was a really nice warm day again. And today it is raining and warm. And so I am really itching to be outside and be working. So in between customers, I am out trying to get all sorts of stuff done here at the farm and get stuff picked up and get stuff prepped for spring, because the more I can get done now, the further ahead I will be in the spring. Owen told me I should have filmed this for you guys, but last week we had a really warm day and I came through and I planted the rest of my tulips in the front of the house because I had forgotten about the remainder of the tulips in the crate. And so I came through and I planted all of the tulips, and then I put a bunch of compost on them. Look how beautiful that compost is. But I need to keep the chickens out of here until this freezes. And so I just took this ugly orange fence that was here at the farm and put up so that the chickens can't get in there and the dogs can't get in there. So I'm really hoping after this rain we get a freeze, and then it'll freeze all nice and solid, and then that way the chickens can't scratch that apart and dig up my bulbs, because they have been doing that all summer long. They have been digging up my tulip bulbs in here all summer, and it's been driving me crazy. I'm open until 7 tonight, so I figured I would run up while nobody is here to the house and to my office and grab my stuff so that I can keep working on planning for the new year for 2024. Because if it starts raining hard, or if I have customers, that kind of stuff, I can sit and work on this in the stone coop. I am trying to get everything in there cleaned up as well, but the ADHD in me is I want my notebook at hand so that I can write down different ideas I have for next year. Over here in the trees is kind of where we have been storing all the boughs and stuff, because it has been getting really warm. Very weird in this area. It's been really warm this year. And so I have been keeping the boughs here because they get shade from the big pine trees here and it stays a lot cooler. But since we're nearing the end of the season, I'm getting all this picked up, especially with the rain. I don't want this stuff to be frozen in, because we will be getting snow some point. And so I don't want this to all be frozen in here. So I'm working on getting the boughs picked up and cleaned up, and I am just throwing them in for the sheep and goats. And who else is in there? We have sheep, goats, and a couple calves. And so they go and they munch on those for a little bit, and then they go back to the hay bale. So that is a nice little treat for them. So I'm going to just keep try to get this whole area picked up now and keep working on this. That way, this is one big project that is off of my mental to-do list. Because if I was to just leave all the branches here, it would look really junky in the spring, and I don't want that. And it is starting to rain again, so I'm gonna go inside because I do not want to get wet. I'm open here till 7 tonight, and I get really chilled and really cold working that late because it's not warm in the stone coop. So I am gonna go in so that I don't get wet and chilled, and then that way I will be up to working all evening. And we have 25% off of most gift items here in the store. But I have been packing up a lot of the wreath making supplies because we're not going to do any more wreath making and porch pot making. So behind the counter, I've been working on getting all that cleaned up. Yesterday I took the day and I got the rest of this freezer all organized. I took a dry erase marker and I wrote what we have available on the freezer. And I've been meaning to do this all season and I just did not have time. And then in here, I have this all organized. We have lamb shoulder roasts and rack of lamb, leg of lamb, lamb chops, rib chops, which are like the rack of lamb, but they're sliced up, so they're kind of like ribeye steak. Lamb shanks, and then the ground and the stew meat. So it's all nice and organized, and everything has price tags and labels on it. Should have done that a month ago, but it is what it is. It's done and it's ready. And we actually have 6 more lambs who are going to the processor in a couple of weeks. So this will be nice to have set up for those when they are ready. Back here behind the wall is where we keep all of the decorations for the wreaths. And it is like an absolute disaster usually back here because there's just so much that we're trying to contain in this small space. And with wreath making and stuff, it just makes it a mess. So I am picking up and getting everything organized. And so I have the long things, ting ting, willow, the cattails, those go in this big long box. This box here, I'm putting all the glitter items because I don't want glitter to get all over the wheat, the feathers, that kind of stuff. So I am taking and I'm finding I'm trying to find all of the glitter items right now and get them put in this top box here. Once that is done, I'll start packing up the berries and the wheat, all the different dried flowers, that kind of stuff. That'll go in another box. And then I'm going to label it all really well. That way it is all nice and organized for when we start again next fall. So my big question with that is we have this whole section so that people can make their own stuff. I have it out, I have it ready, and I'm tempted to just start packing it up because I want to get that all packed up and I want to get finish all of that. So I am tempted to take and, even though the season isn't over, get these guys packed up. Right now I have them 25% off. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to pack them up and then that way I have them for next year and I have a good start for next year. But, and then I can get this out of here, this whole display. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. This is what happens when you drop something on the ground that is covered in glitter. And that is exactly why all the glitter items are going into their own box, because we don't want to have glitter stuck on things that don't need glitter. After all the snow that we had last year, who would have thought that middle of December of this year we would have no snow and it would actually be raining? This is just absolutely crazy. It's still raining out, but look at that fog rolling in. There's a thick fog kind of everywhere, but definitely out in the fields and on the pond, it looks absolutely beautiful. And just like that, it is still raining out and it is now dark. We're still open here in the stone coop for about another hour, hour and a half. And then I'm gonna go in and put my feet up and do some bookwork. That is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.